Hello and welcome to this month's issue of the Open World Gamedev newsletter. uh, it's the sixth one, which is pretty cool. And this time I wanted to review this product. It's another tabletop role-playing game product, which is maybe a bit weird because this is a game development or computer game development focused newsletter. Yeah. But I think a lot of these have applications for us as computer game developers, and especially when we're making like RPGs or RPG likes. A lot of games have RPG elements these days, so RPGs are sort of always relevant, I think. And this is like a system for playing RPGs in space. It's a classic one. It's like the original Traveler is basically as old as Dungeons and Dragons. So it's 70s, beginning of 80s maybe. This is one of the most recent versions, and I think there's one thing in particular that Traveler is known for, and let's see if I can hold it up. That is the character creation. Now, I actually quite like a lot of the rules in Traveler. I think for me they are like on the right level of crunchiness, and it's also not class-based, which I like. It's just skill-based, which is my general preference, even though I can like class-based as well. And the way that the character creation works in this game is you there is a huge flow chart that you follow. Let me see if I can show it. And basically, it's called a life path system. It's the name of these types of systems, and they're not like super uncommon, but they're also not like super common, I would say. And the way that it works is you're not just like rolling your character at like the start of where like the state of the character at the point where they start adventuring. Rather, you create your character maybe at the age of, in this game I think it's at the age of 18, and then you roll basically on their life. You choose like where they go to school and what they do, and which careers they take, and you roll for all of these, and depending on like all of them, you'll roll on different tables and different things will happen to you, and you will gain different abilities or different stats, and in the end in Traveler you'll be like maybe somewhere between 30, 35 and 50, and that's when you're like actually start to adventure. So you'll have this whole history of your character when you start playing, and it's actually quite fun to try to look at the rolled up events that have happened to you and the stats and money and so on that has given you, and try to come up with a backstory just based on that. It gives you like a sort of a red line to follow as you do that. I'm not sure if red line is just a Swedish concept, but yeah. So just as an example, if you want to like at some point be a marine in your life path career, this is what you see. And like I'm not sure if you can actually read this very well, but to progress you need to roll over some some values here based on your endurance, and when you sort of when you're done with your career, you get some money or other stats from that, and every time you every 4 years I think you roll on the die and you see what you get from that, different stats and so on, and you also get to roll on this table when you roll to see if you sort of succeed or fail in your attempt to complete this career. And yeah, so you really get to like take a path through someone's life, which is quite fun. And I think it's there are some computer RPGs that do this, but not that many. I mean, probably for a good reason, because it's a lot of work to actually implement. But I think it gives a lot of character to your character, right? Not just like a stat block. They actually come from somewhere. So I think there's a lot of value in that. I think I would like to do something like this for Tides. And I've just been talking to Kenny, who is on the Open World Gamedev Discord, and I've just convinced him. He was very open to it, to take an evening and just roll some characters. So if you want to get in on that fun, you can let me know, and maybe we can organize some kind of event. And speaking of that, there's going to be the what I call the Open World Game Dev Con tomorrow, when from when this goes out, and like usually we're just 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 people at the most, just chatting about our progress in various open world game developing things, which is fun. But it would be fun to be even more. I've talked about giving talks and things to each other, but we haven't really gotten that far yet. Well, we kind of do, but it's very sort of it's lightweight, not so serious. Okay, this video is hereby over. Have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the newsletter.